Well, hello, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, June the 19th, 2023. Monday, June the 19th. Woo! Well, the saga ends today. I mean, wham bam, 2 weeks over, done with, trauma gone, right? Chance has to figure out how to how to disarm the bomb. And Nick's like, you do know how to do that, don't you? Well, yeah. Every detective goes through disarming bombs 101, right? Not everyone, Nick. Not everyone. But Chance happens to be one that does. Okay? So he's trying to figure out the sequence because, of course, Kirsten didn't make it that every red wire, because it was five different bomb packs. That was a five, one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, five. That the same color wire didn't disarm every one of the bomb packs. So Chance had to follow it around and figure out, which one it was. And of course, he does. Sharon and Nick are talking to Faith. Nick is holding the light on his phone, shining so Chance could see. Sharon is holding Faith's hand. Initially, Chance says, "Look, you guys step away." And Nick's like, "Oh, no, no, no. I'm holding this light so you can see." And Sharon says, "And I'm holding Faith's hand." And Faith is like, "Mom, Dad, all of us don't need to die." Nick goes, "I am not leaving you, baby girl. I would never leave none of my kids." And Sharon says, "And neither am I, because that's what parents do." So there, I thought, now that was touching. And Chance, Sharon, initially when he started, she goes, "Chance, now you weren't able to save your friends." And remember his friends that got blew up? He goes, "But you're here now and you have a chance to save Faith." And I thought, okay, Sharon, is that good or bad? Are you making him flash back to his, post traumatic stress from the other I mean, Sharon, I didn't know if I would have said that. But okay, Chance buckled down. Okay, he got it done. Diffused the bomb, took it off of Faith. I sighed a sign of relief, and so did everybody else. And then Sharon looks at him and he goes, "Look, I can think of a better place for a family reunion." This is Chance talking to Nick and Sharon, than down here. So Sharon turns and says, "Are you going to arrest me?" And Nick goes, he knows it was self-defense. No, he goes, he knows it was self-defense. Because Chance was getting ready to talk, and I'm thinking, shut up, Nick Newman. Shut up. And then Faith goes, "She was only trying to protect me." And Chance says, "I was here. I saw what happened." He said, "Sharon acted in self-defense. It happened in self-defense." And so Nick and Sharon are like, whew. He goes, "Now, you guys go on out of here, and I will take care of all of this." So Chance calls his guys and tells them to come on in. And we got to come here and clean up this scene down here, right? This crime scene. So good. They get to go home. They're sitting there reassuring Faith, and trying to calm them down, because look, this was a whole traumatic event. They could have all died, right? Victor comes in, hugging everybody, saying that the police wouldn't let him go into the sewer. Otherwise, he would have been there. They made him stay out. And I'm thinking, what? Could you imagine if Victor Newman got, "Chance, you better cut the right wire, Chancellor." The fate of my family is in your hands, Chancellor. You know, and if you mess up, my boy, Victor did not need to be down there at all. Thank goodness, right? So anyway, he informs Nikki, comes, goes, calls her, tells her everything's okay, and then he was headed back to the main house. And before he left, because Sharon was taking Faith upstairs, before he left, he told Nicholas, Adam has been trying to reach you. He said it's something important regarding Sally. So Nick says, oh, okay. Victor leaves. Nick's looking all at his phone. Now, before we get to that point, Sally comes to, and she asked Adam, okay, I can tell I've had a C-section. Okay. How's our baby girl? Where is she? I want to see her. And, Adam is all broken up, and he had to tell her that the baby didn't make it. And oh, Sally just, she did what any mother would do, just wailed and, what did I do wrong? I tried to do everything right. Had I been awake in the delivery room, maybe I could have fought harder for her. And I thought, girl, you really haven't had a baby before, right? Because especially in emergency C-section, they put you out. With my second child, who was my daughter, I had an emergency C-section. It happens fast, right? So anyway, Elena comes in and she's going to talk to Sally. Adam says, I'm going to go out. I'll go out. He needed a break anyway. And Elena tells her the truth. What happened, how cut and dry it was, a decision had to be made. And Adam, made the decision, and that's exactly, what it went, how it went. So then Nick finally calls while Adam is out. And while Adam was out, talking to Nick says, what is going, look, he goes, can you come, Nick? And he goes, no, Sharon and Faith are still very shaken up. And Adam still don't know that Faith had a bomb strapped to her. He doesn't know all of this, right? And Nick doesn't know Sally lost her baby. And he goes, what's going on? Are you in the room with Sally? He goes, no, I'm at the hospital with Sally. And he goes, what happened? He goes, I don't want to tell you over the phone. Why? It wasn't his baby, Adam. I would have said, Sally lost the baby and she's not doing very well, right? But anyway, Sharon comes down the stairs and she goes, it's Sally? She's at the hospital. She goes, go, Nick, go. We're fine. Like, she's dead. I hope somebody patched up the hole that he dug up under her house. Did Victor have the contractors over and get that done lickety split? Right? Nikki, somebody? So anyway, Nick says, okay, I'm on my way. Elena comes out of Sally's room and she's talking to Adam. And she's saying, look, how are you? You had to make a difficult choice and you lost a baby too. How are you doing? And Adam was like, I just never expected to have to make a choice. Like, he's talking to her like, and he was kind of distraught, but not like Sally. The mothers, we carried the babies. So she goes, if you need to talk, I'm here for you. And he goes, thank you. So he goes in the room to talk to Sally, and she had her eyes closed at first. And then she slowly opened those eyes and she looked at Adam like she's looking up there in that picture. And she said, how could you? And he's looking because he had said, oh, I got a hold of Nick. And like I promised, Nick is on his way. He's on his way right now. And that's when she looked at him. He goes, I'll just stay here till he gets here if that's okay. And that's when she opened her eyes. How could you? How could you let my baby die? Oh, she's gonna probably rip him to shreds. And he's just looking at her like, wait, huh? Because Elena told her he made the choice, right? So I'm sure tomorrow we are going to get a earful of that conversation because she is too through. Then we have, of course, Victoria and Nate. They're wearing out the sheets in the corporate suite up there at the GCAC. Now, what I don't understand are Victoria's kids at summer camp. Because, see, if they're not, that woman ain't going to miss not near child. Because I'm getting ready to send my kids away for the summer, and then they're going to go straight to boarding school. Do you think I would have taken the time to spend some time with them, some moniker of time with my kids before I shipped them off? Not Victoria. Not Vic- and if they are gone, she got a house. Why are they using that corporate suite? Oh, so we could come down in the lobby and run into everybody. That's why, right? That's why we're doing it. So Nate comes down first. They're talking. I fast forwarded their scenes. He wants to be able to support her, in her personal life. He wants to just be there for her. And she's saying, she's going to have Nick step down until he gets things straight. She don't know. It got settled tonight, but she wanted Nate to step in. And then she's saying, so I won't just be talking to you about Newman Media. I'm going to be talking to you about all things Newman. And I thought, well, you're already talking to him about all things Newman. You asking him, what company should I buy? You're doing everything in Nick's job with Nate anyway, right? Now you're just going to be able to temporarily give him the title. And Audra, before Victoria comes down, Audra's like, you do know if Victoria forces Nick to take some time off and puts you in his job, you already said he has a problem with you. She said, he's really going to have a problem with you. Are you prepared for that? And he goes, I am prepared to support Victoria any way she needs it, any way she feels fit. So, and then he goes, and I'm going to need you to step up. Because see, first she was all, ooh, you better be careful. Then he goes, I'm going to need you to step up, Newman Media. He goes, but with all this questioning you're doing it, that you're doing right now, are you sure you're up to the task? She goes, I'm just making sure you're thinking about what could be coming ahead for you. But it looks like you have. Of course, I'm up to the task. And as she's getting ready to take a sip, Nate puts his hand on her arm. I'm trusting you to handle Newman Media. And Victoria comes down the stairs. She's over there in the back right now, coming down the stairs. And she sees Nate with his hand on Audra's arm. And she's just looking. See, Victoria is going to become very territorial over Nate. And she's going to push Audra out. She's going to start treating Audra like crap. And Audra's going to get pissed. Watch. We'll see what's going to happen here. Audra's going to get pissed. She's going to start telling Newman secrets to Adam. Watch. Let's see if they're going to finally start, because I'm hearing rumors that Adam's getting ready to turn to the dark side at the end of this week. Out of pain and hurt. When Adam gets hurt deeply, losing this baby hurt him badly. He does. He reacts very badly, right? So I see him and Audra teaming up. And I see him and Audra making a very bad boy, bad girl couple together. As Sally will try to stay with good boy Nick, and it won't work because Sally was better with bad boy Adam. And she's going to then get jealous of Adam seeing somebody else, right? That's exactly what's going to happen. So let's go to comment corner. Libby says, okay, now everyone has probably seen Monday's show. I can't breathe because when I cry and cry and cry, I get stuffed up. Courtney Hope deserves an Emmy. I don't understand again why they presented this as being able to only save one. Maybe we're experiencing soap opera time warp, where she wasn't past 21 weeks. 21 weeks is over 5 months. That I think is the only scenario where they'd have to deliver the baby to save Sally. Now, I looked back in time. Sally took the pregnancy test where Chloe was with her February 2nd. So Sally probably got pregnant in January, early January. I think it was right after New Year's Eve she slept with Adam, right? So that would make her now 5 months. So we're looking at around that 20-week period, anywhere from 18 to 20 weeks, somewhere in there, possibly 21, And then Brooklyn says, I'm more interested in if Victor decides to take his seat back at Newman's. This storyline is more juicy, and Nate better be careful. Victor had seen Audra and Nate together. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, Victor's not going to be watching Nate. He really is. Brooklyn says, I had mentioned last week that this ridiculous storyline with Cameron was coming to an end and a waste. As for Adam, supposedly after Friday's episode, he goes dark. We'll see. I would like to see that again. And the Cameron thing was out. They did just throw that in, but they gave us some good drama for 2 weeks. A good suspense, right? Suspense. But guess what? They completely distracted from the Phyllis storyline, right? LaShunta says, Chance needs another profession and Victor's security team needs to be revamped. Sharon knew if he lived, they wouldn't have been safe. That is so true. Adam can't focus on Connor or his job. Sally was so stressed about Nick, she lost her baby. What part I don't understand is why Adam called Nick. He told him Cameron had faith. I know. He definitely told him that. But he couldn't tell, what's her name? Sally that. But that didn't mean he had to keep calling Nick. LaShunta says, you said it about another Newman baby. Sharon is a baddie. I hope Adam doesn't go dark. I know Sally will blame Adam, and she did, but it's not his fault. I wasn't invested in that baby, because the way Sally went about this, the only reason Sally told Adam is the DNA test. The DNA test showed it wasn't Nick's. That's true. Michelle says, I like Nick Newman. Michelle also said, why Adam let Sally's baby die? Well, Adam didn't let the baby die. He didn't. The choice was, if medically necessary, and we were getting ready to lose one or the other, which one would you like us to try to save? That's what was posed to Adam. Monique says, when my mother was 6 months pregnant with me, she wasn't showing. Wow. Was that her first? Sometimes with your first, well, and that was Sally's first, okay. But I was sure showing at 6 months, even on my first. Sheila says, I'm going to hate if Adam will be turning dark and angry again if Sally loses the baby, then blames him. She's blaming him. Sheila says, Faith was probably rendered unconscious after Cameron kidnapped her and then placed those bombs on her. We never saw the point in time when he kidnapped her. Only the pictures of Faith laying out that Cameron texted to Sharon. Cameron needed to be ended once and for all, so he couldn't come back to taunt Sharon over again. And then Libby says, I'm not understanding why it was either or, Sally or the baby. Isn't she about 6 months? No, not quite 6 months. She was less than that. These days, preemies survive at that stage. As for weeks, as for next week's previews, another preview that I remember is where some kind of problem getting the bombs off Faith. Oh no, there was no problem. Chance successfully de-armed the bombs today. And I just, even though we knew, look, come on, we knew Nick, Sharon, and Chance and Faith was not going to be blown up. We knew that, but still, a little suspenseful. All right, everybody, that is it for The Young and the Restless. I'll be back for another daily recap tomorrow.